So here's a quick overview of what we're seeing right now. I've got my viewport right here, and this is what is inside the camera view. In the upper right hand corner, you can see we're looking at the model. It's all in one group, and it's called SketchUp. You can rename that. We start off with a camera and a light in the scene, and then these are the icons for the different panels. So the first one of importance to us is the render properties. And you've got a couple of render engines that we can try. Staying in EV will be fast and smooth and will more than likely show your house off correctly. If you want more photorealism, then we do have options for the Cycles engine. This is the output. Looks like a little printer. And you can see here that right now, this is the resolution of what will be outputted. That's the 1080p right now. And this is where you can quickly reduce the percentage so you get a faster render but a smaller image or video out of it. By default, our new startup is 10%, so that happens very, very quickly. But anything you're going to turn in or put on your portfolio should be at 100%. You can even bump that up to 4K for really high resolution images by just typing 200% and then it doubles that. So I'm going to show you now the global properties. So we've got here that this surface just has a background strength. This is how much light is in our world, and you can reduce that by default. The new default is 2. Depending on the colors and textures in your model, you may need to leave it there, or if you have darker textures, you can bump that up as well. Everybody's going to have a slightly different number. What you're looking for is being able to see shadows, but see into the shadows for some detail as well. The next one we worry about is the object properties. We'll spend a lot of time here, and this is able to move things. So this is the light, and we've got a location X, Y, and Z, and you can see how it changes exactly where that light is. If we look at it from the side, you can see that light moving closer to the house and further away. We generally want the light on the same side as the camera. You can see the camera here also has its transform properties. And there it is. So we've got moving it closer to the house and further away. Pressing 0 on the number pad, not the number across the top, will actually let you see through the camera so you can make adjustments. So getting a good image of your house means kind of positioning it like that. And of course, this isn't the view that we've started with in SketchUp. So you can see here, this is the other value we might want to change. Now, rotating the camera does change the angle, but it's the house that we want to rotate. So going to SketchUp, I can rotate just clicking and dragging on this number and get that kind of 3/4 view to try and match what we have from SketchUp. You still got your shadows there. The light should be more or less in its original position, but again, trying to get that shadow being cast off to the left. The light bulb here is only going to appear when the light is selected. If I switch to SketchUp, there is no light bulb for that. When you do have the light selected, you can have several different kinds of lights and the amount of power and the color. Each of those can be adjusted normally by typing in a number, 200 watts, 1000 watts. So finding out, if you click and drag, it's very, very slowly getting bigger. So better to jump up by units of 100 or 500 to try and get what you're after. Each one of these behaves very differently. And finally, the materials. This is textures, which we won't be doing anything just yet. But if I select a color on my house, if it's a texture, we don't really have the adjustment of the colors. But if we click on a color and go to this panel right here, these are the material properties, you can see this is called color A01. And this is the base color right here, and you can change that. Usually the colors are a lot lighter here in SketchUp. So if you want your color back, you want to continue towards the edge of the circle in the general direction that you were going, or pick some other color entirely. So you can find a color that's going to look good for you. If you want a nice soft golden kind of light coming from the windows, you can do that. There are several other things that can be changed here. Feel free to experiment. Just know you may need to revert back to a previous version. So if your file has never been saved, you're kind of out of luck. Control Z is all you can do. And you should be working in a saved Blender file in your Blender folder. There are several other things that we can adjust, but those are the main ones. That is the little camera, which is the engine, the scene rendering. This is the output, where we adjust the size of our output and where it's going. So output is down here. We will be adjusting things with what kind of output we're getting. And then we've got our global settings. Once you find the right amount of light for the background, you're pretty well set. And this one right here, the transform properties, the location and the rotation. We won't be scaling things really with what we're doing. Then you've got your light, where there's a light bulb. And if you select a color, you can go to this materials property and make changes there.